Let us hit record.
You did what with that orangutan?
Oh, stop. Damn it,
You
I didn't
said we
hook up.
were recording.
Yeah, but I can still put that in there. Certainly. I gotta do one other thing. I gotta hook up stupid butt. Which I almost forgot.
It was a chimpanzee.
Yeah, it had to be a chimpanzee. Of course.
Okay.
So now that's gone, and let's play. Now we're on Alpha Geek Radio. Excellent. There we go. Now we go. Stupid me.
Wow.
Close.
Okay, we'll edit that stuff out now. This show is a part of the Bumblebee Network. You can find out more information about this show or the network at bumblebeenet.com. That is BUMBLEB net.com.
The following is a Black Swamp Studio production.
Welcome to show number 150 of the Your Wow Money podcast. I am a very distracted Joe. Go Buckeyes! And they just scored a touchdown, by the way. And with me is Miss Lady Havah. Hello, dear.
Holy cow, Joe! 150!
Oh, it's goodness all around.
Hey, and our other cohort for half of that has been Reckles.
What's up, man?
Hello! Yay! Sports! Go state!
Whatever.
I know, it's just as soon as I said that, the quarterback makes a touchdown. I'm like, yes! It's now 40, or soon to be 42-13.
He made
So
a
I
point.
think this game is
Good job
over.
getting it in the basket.
I think
what?
this game is over. I'm
Good,
loving
now we
it.
can focus on the show.
Yes, well, that was my intent there anyway. Anyway.
It's time for progressions.
So what have you been doing over Thanksgiving, and how was your Thanksgiving as well there, Lady Havah?
Thanksgiving was awesome. We actually made the turkey and got the family together. Of course, Thanksgiving is turkey and roast and gravy and mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and just all the stuffings and trimmings and more vegetables. So much so that the whole family brings Tupperware with them to Thanksgiving. You bring the dish you have and Tupperware because there's always leftovers.
Always leftovers.
Yeah.
So how are things there in game?
I did not raid on Thanksgiving night, but I think they got into some fun there. But we're still working on progression. Iskar down and on Zol, and I've actually played probably more in the past week than I have in quite a while. And here's something you probably haven't heard me say in a long time. I've been playing Hearthstone.
Yes, you have been.
A lot
lot.
of Hearthstone. Working from home is beautiful. I play a game of Hearthstone, and then I do some work, and then I play some more Hearthstone.
And so long as you get the
Play
work
the
done.
game. That's how it should be. That's life right there.
That's the life. But the biggest news for me of the week is my car finally got fixed. It
Nice.
set me back 2.5K.
Right.
Real life money.
Oh.
Oh, transmission.
Yeah. That's
But-
like I told you there earlier this week. An engine is the only thing that costs more.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
I'm so happy to have my baby back. So happy.
Yes, that is a good thing.
Other than that, I have been going through one other issue this week.
Uh-oh. What?
It's called Overwatch Depression.
What
So-
is Overwatch depression?
It's after gaming so hard and falling in love with Overwatch and then having beta ripped away from you.
I've been ignoring my Overwatch depression. I did the beta access, and I like all weekend. It was so fun. I did a lot of recording, and it was good. And like I check whether or not I have beta access at least 3 times a day.
Ditto. Yeah.
Like I just like maybe I'm gonna go hover over the.
It's official. Blizzard has now already started official Overwatch addictions and the Overwatch depression support group.
Oh, jeez. Well, you guys are making me so depressed that all I have to do is look over and see all the people leaving the University of Michigan Stadium. And that makes me
Okay.
happy again. I'm just saying. So, how was Overwatch in your mind there, Havah?
Just awesome. I am in love with Mercy. Are we surprised? No.
No.
You're a very
and-
good Mercy. You're very good.
Thank you. Like Reckles had told me, he was watching some other stuff and had seen people healing on Mercy, like 3,000 to 4,000 per game. I had my best game was 6,800 healed in a single game.
Yikes.
I was averaging between 400 and 500 in a good game. A really bad game was just a bad game, but my average was near or above 4,000. So I'm in
is
love with
yikes.
Mercy. I was really getting her down. The other thing is, remember I said a couple of months ago I got a gamepad, a Tartarus gamepad I bought used from a friend. And I got it all set up for Overwatch gaming, so it was like really, really helpful. And our good friend Thugs just sent me a tell. Good luck on show 150 today, guys.
Oh.
It'll
Also,
be
I
fun.
want to say that like Overwatch, while it was amazing and I loved all the characters, and you can really see how like they did a really good job of like making each character individually completely overpowered. Like one character just has a shield that blocks all damage. So how do you counter that? Well, you use Symmetra, who can shoot a lightning or a light pulse that passes through shields, because that's also a completely like if you can shoot a gun that passes through walls, and Hanzo can kill you through any like the amount of countering overpowered abilities with other completely overpowered abilities is awesome. It's such a split from WoW PvP where everyone is like they try to balance it so carefully and make sure no one is overpowered. Here they take a different approach where it's just like let's just turn it up to 11 on everyone and see who wins.
Well, that's about the way that it looks, because I was checking out streams and different videos, which, by the way, go check out youtube.com /wannabuy gold, because he's got a good one up for, what's his name again? Torborn?
Torbjorn. I mispronounce it in the entire video, apparently. I'm not German, I'm sorry. Texans don't care about pronunciation. But yeah, Torbjorn.
But he's got a good video up about that. But I was also checking out different streams too. more like Scott Johnson's stream there, because he was doing a lot of Overwatch as well, and that looks like a lot of fun. It does look like a lot of fun. But what else have you been doing there, Reckles? And how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was great. I'm allergic to poultry, so like Thanksgiving turkey and Thanksgiving ham, like the house doesn't do that. So I got together with my dad and we went to Jack in the Box and
I know
had
people
some
who have
comfort
Thanksgiving lasagna.
Oh yeah, like
Yep, that
it's
does
either
happen.
pizza or like go to Arby's and just have a good, like, I don't know. We just it's family time, so that's fun. Been getting back in the video making saddle and putting out some stuff. Let's see, since we last talked, I got the alpha access. And
Yes.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. But it's super. I love Demon Hunters, and I put up a couple videos on Demon Hunter gameplay and transmogs and some of the changes that are happening and some of the awesome mounts that you can get. So that's really fun. And Hearthstone and Diablo, I'm trucking along, almost Paragon 1000 in Diablo. So Deadgreed, what? Bring it, buddy.
I think he made his achievements there in Diablo, because he was with us for the past few shows and he was working on his progression in Diablo and just made it so now he can do whatever he wants to right now. So
Good.
as for mine, my Thanksgiving was the atypical Thanksgiving, just hanging out there with family for a couple hours and come back home. Had some turkey and some pumpkin pie, which Havas apparently has a lot.
Eating right now.
Yeah. Pumpkin pie with whipped cream is the best. But the best pie, in my opinion, bar none.
I like a little pumpkin pie with my whipped cream. Yes.
It used to be, back in the day, I would have an entire pumpkin pie to myself over at Grandma's house, and one of my cousins would have an entire pumpkin pie to himself. And we would see, after a full plate of food, who would down that pumpkin pie first. And really, I would say that I'm too old to remember now. But those were good times. I can't do that anymore. I'll have like about a slice or two, and that's about it. But there was also pecan pie there too, Hava, and that was good too.
See, the next important thing coming up at Christmas is, this being Kentucky, and it's at Christmas you've got to have Derby pie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you got to have something. Like where I go to for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and whatnot, there's going to be, I guarantee it, there's going to be a lemon meringue pie.
Ooh.
Not my favorite.
That's like something I'd like in the summer. I like.
Oh, no.
Meringue pie and vanilla ice cream sitting out by the pool. Yeah.
No. My family, you got to have lemon meringue pie at every single holiday except for Thanksgiving.
Like that's see, for us it's chocolate pecan.
See, for us it's roast beef.
Exactly.
Heck of the
You
pie.
have to have.
We've got to have roast beef. Every holiday we have roast beef and something. Turkey or ham or fried chicken, but you got to have roast beef.
Because it's that one thing that families want. I mean, for us, it's lemon meringue. For others, it's something else like an apple
it's
pie.
what Grandma always made.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother has her recipe down to the letter.
Well, what Grandma always makes is a potato salad that to me is out of this world.
There you go.
I hate pickles, but when pickles is added in very small, tiny bits, in potato salad, I'm done. I'm done. That's the best potato salad like ever. But anyway, back to game, because I got something to talk about here. I did go into ICC there a couple of times, and Deadgreed was kind of asking about that, and I was like, dude, I'm bored. I mean, that's the basic reason why I'm doing that, is because I'm bored. So, anyway,
if you ever want to be not bored in ICC, as soon as you kill the Lich King and the movie starts, hit start on the opening theme to The Lion King. It lines up perfectly.
I bet it would. But I was also doing some Heroes of the Storm. And I'm like the only one on the podcast that was doing that, because there's a new map out. And that map is the Two Towers. It's an entirely different setup. You cannot attack the other team's core. What you have to do is you have to attack their shrines and attack their forts. That way you can send basically projectiles to the other team's core. The core has 30 health, and one shot takes away 1 health point. So it does take a little bit of time, even if you're just doing like a team versus an NPC attack. So you can't make a quick game out of it. But it's a lot of fun, and I can just see how these pro teams would react to if this map was played in pro games. A lot of team fights.
Well, the really interesting thing about it to me was that, like, I think I only played, I may have played one quick match game on it, but mostly I was just playing like bot games on it to just get some dailies done. But like, as soon as you kill the enemy team's tower or their forts, you're suddenly like right up against them, and so they have this protection of their defensive wall just annihilating you if you step too far forward. So they can really easily take it back. Right.
And that's what really does happen there. If you got people that don't know the map there, even in the bot matches. But Alessandra's got a question there in the chat room. So how do we make gold in Heroes? I keep getting 10 gold a match and don't know how to get that up. So, I'll give out the first one. The first one is quests that I'm going to bring up. So if you do your quests, just like play 3 games or win 3 games with a certain hero or certain set of heroes, that will get you a decent amount of gold, depending what the quest is. How else could you make gold in Heroes of the Storm, Reckles?
Well, okay, so there's a couple different ways. All right. So in 3 sentences, I'm going to try to not talk for 10 years on this. Do quick matches. Quick match awards 25 gold rather than 10 gold for a win. If you do... if you get the stim pack, which I highly recommend, they're coming out with year-long stim packs. That doubles the amount of gold you get and makes the XP you get way more. Or no, it's 150%. Yeah, it's 150% of the gold that you would normally get, and so that's awesome. That really helps you out. And also, when you level up characters. If you level them up to level 5, you get some gold. If you level them up to level 9, you get some gold. Level 15, you get some gold. Level 20, you get some gold. And leveling up your character to 40, you get a bunch of gold that way. So if you don't mind spending a little bit of money, just get a stim pack. It's like $4 a month. It's easy, tons of gold. That way you can buy new characters. If you don't mind spending a little bit more because you're like, hey, I like this game, get the bundle that's like 68% off and gives you 8 characters. And if you buy that, then that's not only saving you the gold from buying those characters, but when you level those characters up to level 10 or level 9, you get an additional like 4,000 gold per character, and you just you're set to go that way.
Reckles is breeding gold. Do you understand how that works?
Yes, and really it's easy because if you're doing the basic matches, that's only 10 gold. If you're doing the higher up matches, that's more gold the higher up the ladder you go. But since we're already doing this,
Get your news from the land of Azeroth. Here, get your news.
Guys, I don't understand. No one was interrupted by that. Is it the curse of show 150? We must start talking over the voice from above.
Hey, the show's not over with yet. So it can still happen. But anyway, Heroes of the Storm sale is going on right now. But it will end this Tuesday. It will end this Tuesday. The skins, the heroes, the mounts are all 50% off. So go get them while you can. So, what do you think there, Reckles? You think you'll be able to get all the characters now?
This is great. Like, if you have any skin, like how I play the game is I buy the heroes when they're on sale, and then I make the gold from leveling up. So when they introduce new heroes, I have 25,000 gold, 10,000 or like 15,000 for the hero and 10,000 for their master skin, and that's kind of how I've been doing it. But you have to wait like 5 months for that hero to come back around on rotation if you really want to play Nazeebo and he's not here. Any characters you want, like, honestly, this is a good time to just drop $300 on the game.
So this would be an easy way to do it. So, you know what else is off? The Gift of WoW, 75% off their Havah. That's
Exactly.
a big drop.
Well, and here is what I did last year. Let me pull up Battle.net real quick. Go into the store. Love to shop on Battle.net.
And you bought an account.
I bought just the basic Warcraft. So we're talking $4.99.
Mm-hmm.
You buy 4 or 5 of these. You've spent $25. You get 30 days when you activate the account.
Mm-hmm.
And now you could give your account enough money to pay for 2 months of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you've got the gold. Or you can pay $20. But the thing is that you set up the accounts as refer-a-friends. That way your primary account, the one you're playing on the most, after 2 months of subscribed play, which includes game time tokens, and I asked about this last year, includes game time tokens. As long as you've paid for 2 months of WoW in some fashion, your refer-a-friend account gets the 1 month free, so that's a free month on your regular account, and then you get your pick of the mounts pets. That's how I got all 4 of my refer-a-friend pets.
Very nice.
You got it.
I feel like that's in-depth pro. I've heard multivoxers talking about how they wait for the yearly WoW sales that come around. Like this is something they do pretty much every Christmas time. But
Yeah.
that's a good tip.
It's a cheap. You end up paying, even if you paid for your game time. That's $30 a month, or $30 total for the 2 months plus what you paid for the game. You've paid $35 in total, but you're getting game time on your primary account. So, $25. You've got a separate account off to the side you can reactivate and use whenever you want to. And you've gotten a pet or a mount on your primary account. I mean, go to the Bliss store. You can't buy a mount for $20.
No,
You can't. I mean, even the pets. Yeah, they're on sale for $10 right now.
Mm-hmm. And it's really a cheap way to get a mount. That
Yeah.
may as well
And they're
be
cool.
worth it.
They're
you know?
really nice mounts. The Refer a Friend mounts are pretty darn cool. I still haven't gotten the green. Oh, help me out here. The other pretty green one.
Weren't they like pigs?
No, not the pets. I've got all the pets. One of the mounts.
Oh, one of them.
I'm gonna get me an account this year to get a mount.
Was that the emerald? The emerald
Yeah.
dragon? Was that the Pandora dragon?
In game, let me pull up the word emerald.
Alessander says it's the hippogriff.
Emerald,
Oh,
hippogriff.
Emerald
Yes,
hippogriff.
thank you.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you, Alessander. But also, Warlord Season 3 has begun. So there's some stuff going on here. Deadgreed did put some stuff here in the classroom, so we'll get about the gold making aspects of PvP here in a few minutes. But all gear now scales up to item level 700 for PvP. Warmongering aspirant gear is now 715. Combatant gear is 730, and gladiator gear is 740. Any PvE gear over item level 730 will be scaled down to item level 730. If going into PvP, I think. And winning rated battlegrounds and completing the weekly Ashran Dominance quest now awards you a random piece of PvP item level 740 conquest gear. So, who's going to go PvP now?
I have a quick question first. Does PvE gear scale up to 700 too, or not?
I would say no to that. Well, actually, that might there for switching from PvE to PvP. Okay. But that
I
would
don't
be
know.
that.
I have a friend. His name is Soul Patrol, and he's a really good fire mage. Like he's just dominating people in boost gear, pretty much. I don't know. I've got a friend who's awesome at PvP, and it's always fun to go in and learn from people, especially since I'm such a horrible mage. That I might go do
Right.
some PvP with my mage friend and learn how to hurt people. That might be fun.
That might be fun there as well. And rated battlegrounds dropping some item level 740 gear. That might be the thing to do right now. But also with this question, or with this thing coming out, is the question of this has to be the last season for this expansion. So they've said summer, Havah, Can we
I
put a
hope
more
so.
concrete date on that? Could it be before September?
I hope so.
How long is an average season?
That would be a Deadgreed question. I tell you what, I've PvP'd, but it's been so long.
See, I don't PvP myself
I think-
either.
I never participated really in the seasons. My idea of PvPing was just, going out to Asheron and trying to keep some people alive, That's about it.
Right.
Hey, maybe I can keep you alive for a little bit. No.
No.
No, you ran it. You're dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is, I think, what is this, the 18th or the 19th season? Like, I, first of all, appreciate that they changed it to Warlords Season 3 rather than just keeping the
Right.
sequels
The
running.
number going?
Yeah, so, like, WoW's been around for, 10, 11 years.
Mhm.
We've
11
had
years.
18, 19 seasons, so, they last about 6 months.
Yeah, okay, so if this is the last
Average.
one, average is 6 months. Wow. Yeah, I'd say that's before September. Right around June? Could extend to July, actually. Maybe July, August, I think. That's kind of what I'm thinking about, July, August. We'll see what happens. We'll see when beta comes out. Oh, by the way, did I
Yes.
did I just say beta?
You did. Beta. Yeah?
Reckles, how did you like alpha?
Alpha is, first of all, phenomenal. Thank you, Blizzard, for letting me into the alpha.
My jealous
If you're
is
watching, we'll cover
Very
it.
jealous.
No.
But
Jezebel.
you know what?
No, it's phenomenal. It's very alpha. Like, for anyone who's super jealous, like,
True that.
alpha, you
Is
get to
alpha.
see how far the game comes in the creation process. Like, right now, you can only play Demon Hunters, you can only play the starting zone, you can only go up to level 100, I think. I haven't seen anyone higher than that. You might be able to, but it's just getting in there, testing it, putting a little stress on everything, reporting all the major bugs that just crash the server. Like, so that's what it's all about right now, and just like doing major tweaks that they need to do. And like, there are times where it'll just crash every 2 minutes, and you got to restart the game. But it's fun, and Demon Hunters are amazing, and Metamorphosis is fantastic, and my favorite thing in the world is now I-Beam.
Yeah.
You just shoot this laser out of your eyes and annihilate everything. It's completely overpowered. I really hope it honestly gets tuned down some, because it's just, hey, you want to kill everything in crap gear. Just
This is Reckles, and he's watching you. Beware.
All of the streams that I saw was doing that I-beam. All of them.
well, it's a basic ability. Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
loving it. From let's see, from Pat Crane to Cuddles. I was checking all the big boys out. Because when I saw a tweet up there for, hey, I'm streaming alpha. Okay, I'm gonna go play it now. So how long, if you piece all those 2-minute time frames together, how long did it take for you to get through that starting zone?
Well, when I actually decided, like, okay, let's do the quest, it was probably maybe an hour, 2 hours. I'd say definitely shorter than the Death Knight.
Good.
Definitely shorter than Pandas. Oh my God, shorter than Pandas. But you can. I'm sure that like once people get it and they're working on their fifth demon hunter, like you could probably speed through this thing in like I don't know, maybe 20 minutes.
I don't know. There's a lot of quests out there right now, so really about an hour. I think that would work for a lot of people
Yeah,
because
yeah, and there's a lot of. You can also do a lot of exploring because you have this ability called dash, I think, and you just shoot forward and you hurt everything in your path, and it's kind of used in conjunction with your eye laser to like group everything up, dash through it, damage it, and then laser it down. Super fun, but you can also use it to. I have this on my most recent video where there's this empowered fell crystal that gives you you only have 2 charges of dash that you can save up that gives you no cooldown on your dash for 2 minutes. So you can infinitely dash around, which means like if you find a high place and you need to cross a 500-yard chasm, you can jump and then double jump and then start gliding and glide for a little bit because you glide faster than you can walk, and then you just start infinitely dashing and you cross like and you're not falling during this, so you just demon hunters can fly with this. It's crazy, so much fun.
so you love double jump.
Double jump is fun, dash is fun, empowered fell crystals are amazing, and I hope there's like a glyph of, oh wait, there's not going to be a major glyph of dash.
Nope. Okay. I tell you what, why don't we go there for a second? So what are your thoughts about Inscription with, say, no major glyphs, but just talk about the glyphs? We're going to get to something else here in the classroom.
Well, if you haven't heard, there's no major glyphs in Legion. They're removing them, and they're just incorporating the best parts into the abilities. And then the minor glyphs you can put on to adjust the visuals and the aesthetics of your character in certain spells. So you just drag the glyph and apply it on your spell. I like that. It keeps, whereas like a glyph, you learn it once, and then you never need to like. As soon as someone buys the glyph of Starfall, they never have to buy the glyph of Starfall again because they know it for the rest of that character's life. But with this, if you buy the glyph of Flaming Starfall, where rather than stars, it's fire that rains down from the skies. That would be an awesome ability. But then you're like, you know what? Rather than that, I'm kind of bored of fire. I want Glyph of Fell Starfall, where it's fell fire that falls from the sky.
Right.
Well, then you have to re-buy the fire one if you're like, all right, I'm bored of green. There's too much green here. I want some red. Like, so, hey, puppy. Like, it adds the ability, even though they're taking away major glyphs, it adds the repurchase of glyphs, which we've never had before, and I like that.
Yeah, it's finally going to be a little more useful monetarily than useful out of, I won't even say functionality, because it's just for transport.
Right. So let's go there.
Now it's time for the classroom. Advice on making gold via the auction house, professions, and more.
Hold on to your horses.
Oh, pets.
All right. So where do you want to go first, Havah?
67 new pets, updated models, and 9 new tamers. How about that?
Ooh. And this is all coming from,
WarcraftPets.com, because They are, Wowhead has pet stuff and other places have pet stuff, but Warcraft Pets puts it all together, so it really is my favorite one-stop shop for pet info and pet stuff.
Okay. So, is this all Legion stuff?
This is, yes, all Legion stuff.
So take things with a grain of salt, people.
Because, yes, of course, we say 67 new pets are the tentative right now of what has been data mined from alpha, remember. So things come and go and get modified, but some of them seem pretty cool. Including let's start from the bottom, which were 9 new pet tamers, including one with, right now, the title of Super Epic Grandmaster Pet Tamer. I want that title. Super
Hopefully
Epic
that's a
Mistress.
placeholder.
Yes. I hope it's not a placeholder. I think that's a wonderful title. And then just, there's been a lot of remodeling going. Well, some of these pets have been around for a long time, or at least they've been wild creatures out in the world forever, whereas we're looking better and better and better. All of the squirrels running around looks like somebody glued a couple of cardboard boxes together. So some of our pets and critters are getting a model update for Legion. Say farewell to, like it says, to the current jagged polygonal versions of the rabbit, rat, and squirrel. So we're getting updated, which means our beautiful and deadly bunny.
Bunny.
He's got fangs. Our Dark Moon Fair Rabbit now looks even more deadly. The Sprite Darter Hatchling and the Magical Crawdad also got some touch-ups. Wowhead has a huge screenshot gallery of the pets. So if you actually want to see pictures, go to Wowhead. But Warcraft Pets has the list of the Legion Alpha Datamined pets, and just some quick touches on some of them. Alarm O Bot, we can guess what that looks like. Ashmaw Cubs, lots of new wild quests and drop pets. The Cephalopod looks pretty cool. There's going to be a different colored piglets out there, blue and brown. There's one that's unknown. It's called Brute, and the title, the flavor text says, "I am Brute." So we can guess what that's going to look like.
Oh,
Probably
yes.
very happy and friendly.
Very happy and friendly, yes. Enchanted Water Buckets, Eye of Inquisitions, Extinguished Eyes, a Fell Piglet. That's going to be purchasable in Dalaran, apparently. I want a Fell Piglet.
There's also just a torch. Like,
Yeah.
Here's a pet. It's a torch.
Here's a Hateful Eye. I love this one next. The Knockoff Blingtron. And it drops from the next Blingtron gift packages.
Oh.
It's a knockoff.
Oh, that's gonna be
We're getting
huge.
many versions of Arcanatron and Magmatron.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah,
Yay.
absolutely. Northern Hawk House Nursery Spiders. Apparently that one's going to be from Dalaran as well. More cephalopods.
Right?
Let's see. I'm just going through the list here of things that just seem cool. Lots new whelps. New whelps. So happy. New whelps. New dragons. New whelps. Yay.
Why are you excited about whelps? That means you have to farm for hours and yay.
No, old
Yay,
whelps
12
were
hours.
farmable. The
All whelps
Stormborn
are
whelpling is a quest reward. Stormborn
Nice.
whelpling.
I do not approve.
I
Okay.
didn't ask if you approved.
I'm still stuck on the name Brute.
I'm
That's
trying
where
to
I'm
see
at
if there
right
was
now.
a picture. I don't see a picture of Brute.
Probably-
Yes, there's a
Oh, is
picture
there?
of Brute. He looks kind of like the ancient tree elementals.
Like Groot.
Like
I am
Groot.
Yeah,
I am
that
Brute.
would fit.
Yeah.
That would fit. That would put him in demand.
The risen saber kitten. It's like the saber tiger, only like ghostly. So cute.
That will put him in demand. Is there anything else? We're still looking.
It's just as the lists are coming out, I get like happier and happier and like overwhelmed. So
Distracted. I think we found the title of the show. Distracted.
woohoo! Cut distractions.
I think that's it.
I'll be out to capture and catch as many of them as quickly as possible. I will do my new spreadsheet so before the release I'll know where absolutely everything is.
Did you mention Lil Terragosa?
No, I don't think I did.
You see that one?
I mentioned
think is gonna be in demand
dragons.
too.
Close
Yes.
enough.
Well, okay. What do you think, Reckles, is going to be more in demand than anything else in the pets section when these come out?
Well, there are a few that are craftable, so I mean those are going to be the easy. I'm trying to find the craftable ones right now. I think. Anyway, but I think those will be the easy money makers that like if you get in there, level up your professions
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff, or well, not level them up, but
Enchanted
because you don't
is
have
getting
to.
3.
Yeah,
Enchanted
like if you.
cauldron, torch, and water bucket.
Oh. Well, it like a lot of the profession recipes are learned through quest chains now, so you actually have to do some work to get them, which means they'll be a little bit more rare than just like going up to your trainer
Yeah.
and just learn, or trading in some mats to learn a pet. Like so, I think that will make things a little rarer, but.
It's
That's
a
a
good thing
good
Hava's an
start.
enchanter. Woohoo!
Yes, that would be a good thing. That would be a good thing because you're going to be getting some gold there if you're making some of those pets, of those 3. That's if they keep them. So, how do you think Brute is going to sell their Reckles?
I have no idea. Like,
Well,
Nope.
it's not listed
Nope.
how we're going to get him yet. How you get a pet really has a lot to do with what it'll sell for.
Right,
so.
but I think the ones that are named are the ones that we're going to be able to cage. 'Cause
It-
It
that's the way
depends
that
on
it's
if they're vendor pickups, whether or not they're vendor bond on pickup or not.
which
yeah,
is
so
whether
much
it's
of this
repeatable or
is
not.
like hyping us up about particular things. Like, I am Groot is a meme, so like, it's I'm curious. I'm curious, but we'll see. We'll see, and we'll keep this list updated as we go on beyond show 150.
Yes, we will, because people it'll get more and more people into beta. Hopefully like us. If we get into beta this time. So let's move on from there. We did get some updates, speaking of updates, on recipes as far as what we need to collect in order to make things. So I'm not going to say one of the words because it just looks like a whole bunch of letters that was thrown together. So we'll go for our herbalists first. And I think that's Aethriel, Dreamleaf, Foxflower. I'm not even going to try. Starlight Rose and Fellwort.
Hornscaggle?
Yeah, I actually looked this up.
Hornscaggle?
Probably.
I'll put it in chat so they can see how to.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean Franstraw.
Because there's a, remember with Legion, there's a very big Varcool area.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jarnskaggle is cool.
Yeah,
We'll see.
And the mining is interesting too. So herbalism, they're changing a little bit how the gathering professions work, where for each node that you gather, you upgrade it, or you upgrade your rank. So like you level up your ability to farm Fjarnskaggle, and Starlight Rose and Fellslake.
Right.
And I just wanted to talk real quick about some of the interesting ranks that I saw. Like rank 1 for herbalism is always gather that herb more efficiently. Rank 2 is always find rare materials when you gather that herb. But rank 3 is different for each herb. Like if you're around, I think Starlight Rose, you get a buff for a limited amount of time. If you are around Foxlight, is it called? Foxes come to you and help you attack. Like you get a following of foxes. And then there's Starlight Rose. This is where it is. Attempting to gather a Starlight Rose, this intrigued me, will always succeed at rank 3, which means you have a chance to fail when you're gathering herbs. I think that's really intriguing and worth talking about.
Do you think we'll get more nodes as we level up, whether it be herbs or, whatever?
What it looks like is you just get more from each node. Like with mining, you have a chance to farm that thing multiple times, and you get the blood of Sargeras, which is the new, the new cooldown material, essentially. But also, with mining, it says for Fellslate, chance to farm the same Fellslate creature multiple times. So one of the mining materials is going to come from killing things. And that's interesting too. Also, Living Brimstone works the same way. So miners will be more efficient if they're geared.
That is very, very interesting. And by the way, we're talking about laystone there for miners, I want to say. But there are some other things that's going on in this note here, or in this post here as well. And I want to scroll down a little bit and talk about the cauldrons are coming back for alchemists. So, to you two raiders, how much are you liking that cauldrons are coming back for alchemists? And I'll start with Lady Havah on this.
I love it. It was so much more efficient for raiders. Just extremely excited about having that back.
So, do you think that the alchemists are going to be spending some gold on this, or do you think that they could actually make some gold on this?
It's always been a spend thing.
Always been a spend thing.
Yeah, it used to cost the raid to make this stuff. So
yeah, it's a sunk cost. It's like, if you could only make money from the max level Pandaren treasure cart, or the food cart. You could actually only make money from that for the first like 2 days, and then they were selling for a third of what the mats actually cost. Mm-hmm. So like this is just something that's more efficient for raiders than individual flasks and stuff.
Okay. Now, we know that blacksmiths also, they're losing weapons as a whole in this expansion. But they will be able to forge hoof plates that will increase mount speed by 20%. That's in alpha, guys. And blacksmiths can also forge an 8 set armor of laystone. So, Reckles, what do you think about hoof plates and an 8 set armor?
I think this is probably the blue gear, like, because if we've got
I would agree with that.
Fell slate and living brimstone that you get from killing things, and you've got laystone that you get from actually mining nodes and seams, then it would be the easy to get stuff, kind of. And so then you can turn around and make some blue gear and get up to, LFR level and then get into LFR. So this is the easy entry to where, people won't complain that why are you making me go out and kill things? Why are you changing mining and blacksmithing so much? Like, they're keeping it still to where people will get it. That's my guess. That's my assumption. It might be that they're taking away the 3-piece cap, and people can wear epic gear all the way up to 8 pieces. I don't know.
I think that this is going to be really all the way up to, this is going to be also for tailors and leather workers there as well. Because if you're going to do that for blacksmiths, and this is just an armor set, then I think this is kind of what they're thinking for the rest of the gear makers. So,
yeah, tailors have something similar. I'll put a link in chat. Yeah.
But yeah, they do. But I think the hoof plates, they're going to be about the same maybe as the cauldrons. They might have a longer selling period than what the cauldrons will have, but I don't think it's going to last for too long, because once everybody gets that mount speed 20%, then unless they get an upgrade in their feet gear, then they could actually want some more. But that's really only going to last until you get flying in the Legion expansion. Are we agreed on that? Or does anybody have any objections?
Nothing from me. Nothing from me.
Okay.
But like I said, demon hunters can fly as long as they have a place to jump off from.
By the way, how long do you think it's going to take for people to get sick of that mount that the demon hunters are going to get?
It's amazing. How dare you speak against the Fell Saber? Fell Saber is gorgeous.
I would agree that they look good, but still, I think once a lot of people get them, it's going to be like,
I'm over
that
it.
again.
I think, like, I looted it and started riding it, and my first instinct was, wow, this is cooler than the Spectral Tiger. I like this. Like, it's probably going to be where you have to be a demon hunter in order to ride it,
Yeah, limited.
which makes me sad.
Limited, yeah. Yeah, I could think of... yeah, I can agree with that. Mm-hmm. Now, engineers, we already said that they're going to have an upgraded Blingtron. But they're also going to get head guns and gun shoes as well. Now, we're not sure right now what they're going to do there just yet. But do you think that this could have a positive effect on materials to make this stuff? Or a big positive impact on materials?
One more time. Tell me one more time.
Do you think that head guns and gun shoes and an upgraded Blingtron could have a positive effect on the materials market that you would get from Legion?
I I don't know, like the head guns and the gun shoes things, it's where like you have a chance to shoot a random enemy, and they're crafted with different, like, combining different pieces of gear and materials, and like it depends on whether that's better. Like if that's the best thing you can wear, then it's just people are gonna hate. There's a lot of like gear bonuses where this piece of gear does this random RNG thing to the thing you're targeting, or a random enemy, or a something, and like that RNG will make things awkward unless you're in like a single target fight, which doesn't really exist anymore. But the one thing that I think is really interesting that will make a huge difference is jewel crafters. Gear made by jewel crafters automatically comes with a socket, and so that also they get lockpicks, but like that makes jewel crafting a huge requirement. Like, it just makes jewel crafting and the things made by jewel crafters a necessity.
Okay, so since jewel crafters have a new set of gems, rings, and neckwear, as well as lockpicks, how do you think that profession is going to do now?
I think it's finally gonna be good. Like, it's saying, hey, let's put some sockets on gear. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm down with that. Let's put some sockets on some BOE gear. Let's throw those blues and purples up on the auction house and sell them for a ton. Let's do it. Yeah.
Do you think, Havah, that the craft fair is going to pick up now because of this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're going to have a lot more to learn. The question is how are we going to learn it? If you've got to have a specific recipe, are there going to be people taking you through the quest chains? Now, how are we going to have to alternate the craft fair for this?
That is going to be a question that's going to be for other people. I'm glad I'm not in that decision-making process.
You know what, though? That's cool. That, like, it makes guides more of a requirement, where, like, here's the easiest way to get the raiding gear professions that you need.
Yeah. Go do this quest
20
and this
minutes.
quest and this quest, so you've got all the stuff. Here's the items you need.
Here's what you need before you start to save you time. Yeah.
As if Wowhead wasn't viable before. I think it's going to be more viable now. But I do have a little bit of a beef, because blacksmiths, they usually made keys to unlock treasure chests, but jewel crafting will be making some lockpicks. So
I'm kind of okay with that. Like, I never really understood the whole... I never was on board with the whole blacksmith key making thing. I'm fine with it. Give it to... I'm a blacksmith at heart, so like that makes me happy. Like, get the lock boxes out of my face. I don't want to deal with that. Cool.
I'm just saying.
It's worth knowing, because
right.
It'll it'll be worthwhile to keep a couple stacks of 5 on the auction house at all time.
So, okay, so does that mean that this is going to be just for jewel crafters, or do you think this could go to other characters outside of jewel crafters?
I hope they make it to where you can sell it, because that was something I always wanted to do as a blacksmith, and I just couldn't. And
Right.
maybe they're, I don't know if you can sell it. Hopefully you hopefully you can. It'll be a good gold making
The tips are
little
gone.
bonus, like an extra couple K a week.
And that's what could happen there, actually. Now, we did talk about earlier, we're losing major glyphs. We said that a couple shows ago. But they're going to be replaced for inscriptionists, since inscriptionists will now be making runes that will increase your damage against Legion raid bosses. So, runes. This could be a very interesting thing to watch. What do you think there, Hava? Good replace? Is that a good replacement?
Well, we've already got the runes that used to drop, and I think they're just adjusting those.
They're making them craftable by
Yeah.
inscriptionists, is what they're doing. So,
It'll be really interesting to see. Like, you'll be able, if you have an inscriptionist, to see where everyone is progressing. Like, since you buy it and it's only good for that week. As far as I know, unless they've changed this, but like, you buy the rune, your damage is boosted for a week. You get a week-long buff against Xavius. And if you do that, then if everyone is buying these runes for the 4th boss in the raid, then you don't want to waste your materials on the final boss, because everyone still has a lot more progression to go through, and don't waste your time.
right. Okay, so yeah, we'll see. I think there will be a demand there. It just depends on the raiders and what type of raid that they're doing, I think. Leatherworkers. Okay, armor, we'll get to that in later shows. But they will be making pet beds, pet whips, and pet leashes.
More things for the pug. Yay.
All right, Hava, how much do you like?
Absolutely cool. I like pet toys. I mean, I'm a collector and a leveler first, but pet toys are fun.
Those could have a pretty good demand there too. They could,
Mm-hmm.
depending upon server. So, Reckles, would you sell them, or would you buy them? Because I know you're both a pet guy yourself.
Probably the beds, and depending on how the whips and leashes aesthetically look, maybe those. But I mean, I don't really care what I'm crafting. I just hit the button. I hit the Q button in Trade Skill Master, and whatever's profitable right now, I make it. Like, that's why I love Trade Skill Master. It's like, oh look, my server is selling more whips than pet beds now, so let's make that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Tailors, we don't know enough of what's going on there. They are just working on silk weaving. But right now there's not enough information, at least that's been data mined. And First Aid is getting a pump action gun to allow you to heal an ally from up to 40 yards away. And fishing.
This
Go ahead.
that's gonna be, if you have a lot of PvPers, like arena people on your server, then that's gonna be pretty huge. I see that being amazing because, like, oh, quick, I'm gonna hide over here and bandage. Whereas if you can, like, heal each other from long range as you're kiting people around an arena, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be that would be a pretty good thing. That to me would not sell for very much. I'm just saying. But fishing is getting many new lures and bait that will draw in not only ghost fish, but murlocs. Oh boy. So, will that get you guys into fishing if you're not already in there?
I love me Murlocs, but that's not
Hey,
what's gonna get me into it.
I've got
but
my fishing already, so I'm already in it.
We'll see.
that's a cute bonus to keep fishing exciting during the downtimes.
Yes.
But like for me, fishing is gold. Like fishing is a gold making tool. Let's go out and let's get some fish.
That is true. So ghost fish should be up on the market. That could be a part of cooking, and that could be fairly profitable. Now there is one thing that I did put into the notes here. Because, Havah, I took out my DK.
Oh,
I had way too many characters up on the screen, and I thought, well, if I'm going to bring a character over from another server, I need to make some room. So I had to delete my DK because I'm not playing him. He's not doing anything for me, so I said, the heck with it, he's gone. So what I did, and I should have took better notes about this, but I made sure that everything that was in my bank got into my bags, and everything that was vendorable, I would vendor it. Soulbound,
oh boy.
blah, 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 blah. Do this or that. And then I made sure that anything that I could sell on the auction house, I mailed off to another character. Preferably a bank tune, or if you're like deleting your account, you can just send it off to somebody else. And then I took off all of his gear. So yeah, he was naked, down to his undies. And just sold all that because all that became soulbound. And after that, I took all the gold that was on that tune and I shifted it to another tune. So that way I can keep my gold making up. I can sell any gear that's not soulbound. Blah, 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 blah. So, and that way I did not lose any gold, because usually when people delete a character, they're just like, nah, the heck with it. I'm just going to delete this and just lose everything. So, what do you guys think? Was that the right way to go, or could I have done something different?
That sounds pretty good. And, you know, luckily, since WoW has so much account bound, still all the mounts and everything that you've learned from that character specifically are still learned, and all the achievement progress and everything is still there. So, yeah, that pretty well covers it. it gets more complicated if you're like leader of a guild or you're an officer of a guild.
Right.
And you have to like change some. You have to pass
Guild
you know.
leadership, which I've done that before too. Not with this tune because he wasn't associated with any guild. So I just said, done. That's it. Over. Blah blah blah. So.
Yeah.
So, and I mainly did it not just to make room, but I wasn't playing him anymore. I had no reason to play him because I see what Alessandro put there in the chat room. You don't need to delete alts to make room. Put the new alt on a sister server, so you can do everything the same. But
Also good advice.
yep,
Oh, I missed something with our breakdown of materials that I want
Okay.
to say real quick.
go for it.
Alchemists have something that I looked at and thought was really interesting, called the Drogbar elixir, and it's nearby beasts will come to the character's aid when they take damage.
Aha.
So, what my question is on that is, it's essentially a second battle horn if you're just farming or skinning beasts. Like, anytime you get hit, you're gonna draw all these beasts to you, and then you can kill them and run away. Like, unless they become friendly and you can't attack them. But that could be a really useful thing for farming in big groups.
That could be, or if you have like a gigundous mob after you.
Oh, yeah. Just,
You know,
just
that
keep
could
one
really
of
help
those
out them.
to stop the train.
I could really see a lot of hunters with this, because you're talking about pets, which means you're kind of talking about hunter type pets, if I'm reading that right. I don't know. Could this be in raids? Possible. Could this be in other places too? I mean, could this be for people outside of hunters? That too is possible. Probably more preferable. What are your thoughts on this, Havah?
Well, seeing as how I'm not a hunter at all.
Yeah, but you could have it too for a paladin.
Yeah.
Possible.
I mean, it helps you group things up, so you can just consecrate, throw your hammer down, dead.
Well, playing a holy pally is completely different. I don't find it as useful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you kill things as a holy pally?
It sucks.
I don't think you can kill
it
things.
just sucks.
I want to
really,
hit you
really
with my
does.
hammer and heal myself.
Well, that's what pallies do, but holy pallies,
Yeah.
questionable. But as you're up questing, I think as you're leveling up, that's possible.
Yeah.
I totally think that's possible.
Either way, it's like whether it's useful for kind of gaming mat farming. It's the first like fun, potentially viable flask I've seen in a while, and I hope they make more like this, where it's like, okay, it's not plus 100 to stats, but what else can we do that makes the game fun and does cool stuff for you?
Right. That would that's something to really pay attention to, I think. All right, one more thing. Then we got to announce our winners. when we get to the contest, number 1 gets their pick, and number 2 gets what's left over. But Deadgreed did put this up, and he's talking about Chiner. Gain 100 quest points, 1,000 conquest points and 1,000 honor points during Warlord Season 3. And he's talking about 70 current price on the Champion's Honor. I think he's more talking about the Champion's Honor stuff. According to the Undermined Journal, it's about 8,211 gold. And the US medium is 9,086 gold. So doing the PvP gear really could be a good thing right now. It's really timely, at least for the current season. So what do you think about that
you
stuff?
get this from the Batani Stir. I actually haven't looked into it. Like, I do so little PvP that I haven't heard of this. But yeah, you get this from the follower mission, the Batani Stir.
So this is a pretty good idea right now. Getting people ready for some PvP. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, great tip. 10K for, like, that means there's a follower mission that you can make 10,000 gold from. Yes, please. Let's do it. Let's do it all day long. Some servers it's only going to sell for 2,000. Womp womp, a 2,000 gold follower mission. Get it.
Hey,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's a gold mission. You get it.
Yeah, but, like, don't remember to go out and do your mission table, because it's still that's still a thing.
I'll put it
I
to you
know
this way.
we've all done 10,000 missions so far. Just keep doing it. Do more.
I put it to you this way. Blingtron quest came up. The Lost Vault. And I had 3 treasure hunters. All on that quest. 100%. Easy. 4,000 gold right there.
Yeah.
Just easy. So, and that was the other thing you put in there. Garrison missions. Yes, the good old Garrison still pulling in the cash. And it's not just that either. It's the gear that you get, which you can vendor that. It's some of the follower upgrades if you don't have any more followers to upgrade. If they're all 675 geared, that can be vendored too. Because everything that you're getting from the crates, everything that you're getting from the gold missions, all the garrison missions, they're making you money. So suck it up. Go to it. Okay. So now we get to the part where everybody's in the chat room for. So who wins and who loses? I am using random.org, by the way. And I do have the list randomizer pulled up. And I got everybody's name right up here in the bar. So good luck to everybody. Top 2.
You have a total of 17, it looks like?
Total of 18.
18, okay.
So there were 18 items in the list. And I'm going to have a lot of fun doing this one. Let's see if I can share this. Let's see if I can share this one. Let's see if I choose the right monitor here. Nope, that's the wrong monitor. Hang on. Everybody sees the show notes. There it is. There's the stuff right there. So, I'm going to say it's Mayo. I'm going to say it is Mayo. Mayo's the winner, and Ribble, you're in second place. So, congratulations to you guys. Oh, that came in a little loud. Well done. Mayo, you got your choice between...
Post them in the chat.
Oh, post them in the chat. I will post them in the chat. Hang on. Oh, I should not do it that way. Let's do it that way. Let's copy that. Whatever. I will go there and I will say... Paste it.
You don't have to do everybody.
Well, I just did it, the whole
Okay.
list. I just did the whole list. So, Mayo and Ribble, they win. Everybody else, good luck next time.
Oh, that ended up interesting in chat.
Yeah. It just showed up as like one complete line. So, hey, that works. Anyway, those guys contact me on Twitter. And Mayo, you have your choice. You either get the mount, if you want the mount, or if you want the pet, just let me know. And I will get a hold of you hopefully sometime this week. Or unless you're in the chat right now, which I don't think that you are. And we will get that stuff handed out here shortly. And hopefully that'll be sometime this week. But for now, it is time to go, people.
All right, people, it's time to end the podcast now. So, how can the players get a hold of you?
That was a fun show. Go ahead, Havah.
All right, guys, you can find the show live at 3 p.m. on Channel 2, tunein.alphageekradio.com, and on the TuneIn app.
You can also find us live on bumblebeenet.com/live at 2:30 p.m. on Saturdays.
And if you don't want to listen to us live, it's okay. We didn't want to listen to you live either. Fine. You can hear us on Stitcher, iTunes, and all the other podcast apps.
And if you're on the site, you can use the speak pipe at the bottom of the page. But I think I moved that. I'm going to have to change that.
All right. You can find us on Twitter at YourRoundMoney.com, Facebook, YourRoundMoneyCast, and LinkedIn.com/in/YourRoundMoney. You can find me on Twitch.tv/Lady Havah for the Better Late Than Never raid times, Monday and Thursday, 8:30 to 11:30 p.m. Eastern, at Lady Havah, and Lady Havah at YourRoundMoney.com.
And you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/WTVGoldWow, or you can send me a message if you want to on Twitter at Ryan A. Eccles. That's ECKLES.
And you can find Deadgreed on Twitter at Deadgreed1812. And you can email him at deadgreed1812@gmail.com. You can find me on youtube.com/Joe Brums, at Joe Brums on Twitter, and Joe at yourwowmoney.com. You can also follow the network at BumblebeeNet on Twitter there as well. And if you like what you hear, find us on patreon.com/BBNet. Congrats to the winners.
Woo!
To the spoils go. The spoils go to the winners.
Spoils to the victors.
I think one of those.
And congrats on show 150, guys.
Yay!
Years.
Congrats to you
Holy
guys.
cow.
Insane. That was fun. So 151's next week. We'll see what goes on there. Until then, we hope you get your gold on here soon. Do the mission tables. Do the garrison missions. Seriously. I know you're sick and tired of them, but do the garrison missions. See you guys next week. Yes, I know we ran long, but I don't care.
This podcast recorded before a live internet audience. To learn how to listen and watch live, visit tunein.alphageekradio.com.
Just don't give a damn.